Okay, so we've arrived at the museum, so you can now actually leave. So make sure if you have any questions to ask me about any of the exhibits. So let's actually not stay in the car park, let's get straight into this amazing museum. I hope you guys have an awesome time. Okay, so have you all guys put your tickets in? Good. So we're actually going to get straight into the sightseeing and stuff like that. So here is actually going to be the Type 87 GI tank, and this was actually an experimental tank, what the Japanese experimented on, stuff like that, so they could get the strongest weapons. And then here was actually the Type 97 20mm 80 AA rifle, and this was actually an anti-vehicle rifle. Here was the Nagato class battleship, and this must have done tons of damage to the war. And yes, I know it's quite a small replica, but we couldn't fit it all in here. It'd be huge. So here is a World War II Japanese tent. And fun fact, guys, the Japanese used wood actually to protect against bombs, and I guess it did its job, but it's not very nice in here though. And then here is actually going to be quite a factual one exhibit, and these are very interesting. So these are code talkers, and they used to use obscure languages to give secret information, and these were mostly Native Americans who were like Navajo speakers, and if they were actually discovered, the guard here would have to shoot the code talker. So it didn't really end well for them, but I guess that's what you had to do in the war, so to not get your information lost. And then here is a Kawasaki Ki-48 Army Type 98 twin-engine light bomber. So next we're actually going to come to one of my favourite exhibits. However, sadly you can't actually, okay, one of our guests have the Steve head, but okay. So sadly you can't wear the armour, guys, before you ask. So here we got the uniform of a Japanese soldier. So we have the Model 92 Tetsu Kabuto helmet, tunic Model 98 Shikiguni, the 98 Shiki Gunko trousers, level belt or khaki booties, the tropical helmet or basubu, canvas capsack Hainu, the army boots or the Amiji Gutu, the gas mask or Hiku, the Model 38 rifle or Sanpachi 38 Shiki Huuji Arisaki, and then we have the quill and bayonet Juken 30 Shiki for the previous rifle. Then we have a mess tin, what was strapped to the backpack. We have an M1993 canteen or Suitu, and the Bun Shioku or patriotic flag. So I said you couldn't wear it. I guess it's just your own fancy dress from the gift shop or something. So we're actually going to go to the upstairs room. So make sure to follow me, mind your steps. We tried to make it as safe as possible. So are you all up? Okay, sorry if you get a little tired. It is quite a trek up here. So, right, so here we actually have two of the most devastating weapons ever created by mankind. We have the Fat Man, which was dropped on Nagasaki at 1102, and it went and killed up to 90 to 146,000 people. Then we had the Little Boy, which was dropped on Hiroshima, what went and killed up to 80,000 people and dropped to 815. And they just look deadly. Like, they're just not nice. And then here we have the death roll. So in Japan, 2,500,000 to 3,100,000 people went and died in World War II. Some of these were military deaths of all causes to 2,100,000, 2,300,000, and then to civilian deaths to war crimes to 550,000 to 800,000. So not the most positive floor. However, next floor is actually going to be very interesting. Also very easy to understand, because as you might do some studying into the subject, hence why you may be here in our museum, you might find that war battlegrounds are quite confusing. So, but here we have a very simplified module, so you can actually be able to experience the war battlegrounds in actual understandable ways. So if you want to actually reenact it, if you want, you can. So here we actually have the beginning of the war, with Japan wanting to get more resources due to how much they imported, and they went and attacked China, because you know that's the sensible choice. So the red on the map is the Japan, and then the yellow is China. And as you can see, Japan were a lot more powerful than China at this time. Hence why they were able to beat them. And then here we have one of the most controversial events of World War II, and this is actually going to be Pearl Harbor, and every red square is actually going to represent a Japanese bomber plane. So yes, quite a lot, and this was actually Japan bombed the Americans in Hawaii. So next we're going to have kind of mid-war of sorts, and this is when Japan actually start to lose. So we're going to have the orange being America as they joined in the war here. Then we have yellow being other forces, with red being Japan. So Japan are getting surrounded a little, and they've got less forces, and they're starting to lose here. But here was the final killing blow of Japan, and this was actually linked to the top floor, and this is when Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed. So the black is actually destroyed city, with blue being survived city. And as you can see, there's no city left in Nagasaki. With Hiroshima, there's being a little bit of city, but it's so radiated you can't even live there anymore. So yeah, that's what ended the war for Japan, and how Britain were able to actually be able to defeat them. So, and also let us thought there was another army less for them to fight in World War II. So I hope you guys actually enjoyed our museum. We'll be adding more to it all the time, so make sure to visit here even more. So I hope you enjoyed your time.